Are you a chief of your life? Do you have control over your life? Good. Now, it said executive. Do you execute your life, or somebody else is in control of that executing of your life? You might be in control. Do you know that there was one time we had a government in this country where the head of state was there, but his assistant was the one that was executing in this government, in the government there? Do you remember? Everybody knows it. I don't want to mention names. Okay. All right. So it's possible you can be the chief, but you're not the executive. Then it says the officer, you are also the one that puts the tire to the tire. You are running your life as you want it and how you think it should go. The reason I say this is because sometimes in life we actually think we're in control of our lives. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes we are not in control, but we think we're in control of our lives. So let's break it down. Do you remember this? Can you see this picture? Can you see this picture well? Yeah. Now let me just read something. It says, when you start making your own money, you start paying your own bills, you will understand why your father always sits outside alone in the evening like this. Are you seeing this man? Do you understand a scenario like this? Did you ever have a father who sat down outside and thinking of his life? You know what he's thinking? Your school fees. He's thinking, and many other things. You know, he's thinking about, I was going to school. I'm not going to pay. The rent is due. And my daughter is going to write common entrance, and I've not paid the common entrance fee. If I miss the deadline, which means a whole year is... This man thinking this kind of thoughts. How old do you think this man probably is? Probably, just guess. Just guess. 50, guess. Anybody? Any guess? What do you think he is? About how old do you think he is? In his 40s?
40, 50. Can be 60.
Now, do you know that this man, probably 20 years is added to his life because of stress? Stress makes you look old, isn't it? Because the thoughts you are thinking, you even develop high BP, you know, your metabolism is not working well, your sugar level is what, something else, and any kind of mosquito bite, the first thing is malaria, and because your immune system is low because of your thoughts. Now, we need to reduce our stress. Keep something for tomorrow. Do you know you feel good when you have some asset tucked around? Do you feel happy when you have something in the bank? You say, if I throw somebody's oil, I can handle it. That also. Yeah. But how do you feel when, okay, we just had a cash crunch around March, right? When we were changing money. Did you feel, there was a time I was driving and my tire went down. Which organizer wants to take transfer? So you see, even though I had money, but because I can't give him, in fact, I have to, and remember that time, the network suddenly became very, even when you transfer, the money doesn't even go, so you have to wait till the thing drops in his account. Even if they see your debit, you have to drop in your account, in their account, before they can allow you to take your goods. So you can see that at that point, everybody was in a stress. So we need to put something down. Increase your income and reduce your overhead. You know, one of the problems with we Africans, you know why we are not doing so well? It's because we have an extended family system. I can bet it. That's there's somebody who's calling you, please, uncle, you get us a bill, send me something. And so also is every one of you here. We are not like the whites who is just me, my wife, and I. But our African situation, we have one relative somewhere who needs money, who needs help, who needs that. And your conscience cannot allow you to sit down and when you have somebody who is in that need. So because of that, we want to extend. But the problem of that is that when we do such things, we are also being dragged down. There's what you call the crab mentality. The crab mentality is that if you put a pack of crabs inside a basket, no one is able to escape. You know why? If one is trying to escape out, the other one will pull them down. And that's the problem we have in Africa. That's why our resources and our finances are hindered. Because we have so many dependents. Many people are pulling us down. But you need to increase your income. And this is where we come in now. You need to diversify your assets. Listen to this. Anything you do to make money is what we call business. Do we agree with that? Anything you do, I mean legally now. Anything you do to make money is called business. And anything your money does is what we call investment. Anything you do to make money is called business. And every one of us are in business here, isn't it? You are in business. Even if you are working in company, you are still in business. Right? Because the company is doing business and you are being paid. Then also. So you're in business. Okay. Now, but when your money begins to work for you, then it's called investment. Okay? Okay. Now, you see this label here. When we labor, we earn wages. Is that not so? And the wages that we used to meet our needs. Our rent, food, school fees, and etc. NEPA bill. Which other bills do we meet us? What other bills are we paying? School fees. What else? Rent. Okay, rent is there. Inconveniences. Or even security. You pay security in your neighborhood. Okay, what else do we pay? Hospital bill. Sometimes somebody gets sick. Yes. What else do we pay? Waste management, because somebody has to. You generate waste, whether you like it or not. Okay. What else do we do? We pay so many kinds of things. That's the truth. But now, which means anytime you labor, you earn wages, you do this. What of when you stop? So which means you have to keep laboring to be able to get your wages, to be able to meet your needs. But what of the day? One thing that is common to each and every one of us will grow old. Is that not correct? Yeah. We'll grow old. Is there a way we can stop being old? No. I know somebody who is retired from the government. She had worked for 35 years now, 30 years? 35. Now, she finished working. Gratuity, not talking of pension. Gratuity is the first bulk money they pay you. Then after that, they start paying you the pension. Now, she has not earned the gratuity, not talking of pension. She's been retired for 8 years now. Now, please, can we have a little quiet, please? How do you explain to that person? How does she meet her bill? Her rent, her food, her school fees, and all that. Because the day she stopped laboring, she's not earning wages, and the bills are there coming up. So what happens? She runs into a problem. But yeah, we said there that when your money works for you, what do you get? It's called an investment. Now, when you invest, what comes to you is not wages, it's profit. Because when you are laboring, you are getting wages, but when you are investing, you are getting profit. So if you stop laboring, your wages stop, your bills are still coming. But what happens is that when you are not laboring, but your investment is bringing profit, you can still meet your bills. That's why you saw that man, 20 years was added to his life. Because all he did, he probably worked in McDermott. Anybody remember McDermott? The real worried people know McDermott. Now, McDermott was a thriving business. And people were working there. But suddenly something happened. McDermott left. And all those who worked in McDermott, or maybe that one is too far, let's even come to DSC. They were engineers who left Shell and went to DSC. Okay, Okay? Because it was a Nigerian company, everybody wanted to pitch in and do the best for Nigeria. But something happened, it collapsed. Now, those fantastic engineers, some of them have run into problems. I know a few of them. Because now, they stopped working, wages was not coming, but the bills kept coming. Because they did not do any kind of investment. Okay, now, these are words in marble. Any problem that cannot wait for your profits to solve is not meant for you to solve. That's a principle we must take. It's a words in marble. Which means, what that means is that if you must meet your bills, don't meet your bills based on wages. Try and meet your bills based on your profit. Work in a balance, have a business, and have an investment. Let's practicalize it. Can somebody volunteer? A strong man, please. Can you just volunteer? Please come. Anybody? Anybody want to volunteer? You are a strong man. You think you are strong. Can you just please come? Strong is strength. We said we are all going to go old. Is that not what we said? Now I want to just do something. Is there anybody who want to volunteer? Not by age. Anything. Okay, nobody wants to volunteer. No, I don't want a woman to, please. Okay, please come. Come now. All right. Okay, now, please just watch him now. He's stable, right? Is he stable? He's beginning to shake. Now, you see, are you seeing now? We are growing older, and he's beginning to shake. It's not as strong. It's beginning to shake. Now, sir, can we take a walk up to the door, please? No. You're strong. You're strong. With your one leg, let's take a walk. Is it as easy as it is? No. Okay. Now, you see now, please still raise your leg. Now, are you seeing a situation now? This leg is business, and we've all dealt with only wages. We've all earned money from our, when we finish secondary school, tertiary, and whatever. Now he's shaking. No, don't shake. You are strong. So all we have been doing is that as life begins to tell on us, we find that we are shaking in our finances. We can't meet our bills. And even to move, you are not as stable as it is. But later on, we said we have business and we have no wonder. Hey, I know you should be shaking more now. But this leg is investing. Please look at hands. Thank you very much. Truth of life. Even though we want to deny it, but the truth of life is this: we need equilibrium. We need stability. If you depend on your wages, I work in this, I work in that. There's no investment somewhere. You are shaking, but you don't know. You have control over your life. Have control over your life. There are two things in life that never come down: gold and land. Gold and land. Now, gold, not many of us have that access, but land, we all have access to it. And interestingly, for land, we don't produce any more land. Except, of course, they do what they call reclaiming, but it's not easy. As Eco-Atlantic is being reclaimed, but the prices are out of this world. But basically, land, you don't reproduce land. But yet, people are increasing. Do you know that in Nigeria, every one of us ought to have 6 plots of land? If you divide the mass of the territory of Nigeria and the population, we're supposed to have everyone 6 plots of land. But how many of us have lands? You're not talking about having 6 plots. And there are some people who have 100 plots. Now, what that means is that the plot that you did not take, some people are taking it for you. We just showed you a sample of lands that we have all over. We have over 600 for 150, 400,000 naira. I was among those who felt it was too Today, that land sells for 40 million naira for that same square meter. In Warri here. I'm not talking of somewhere else. Of course, if you go to VGC, you are talking of 150 million for 100 by. Now, suppose, let's even just calculate it. Suppose for 400,000, I got 10. That would be how much? 4 million, right? Now, 4 million. Wonderful. Now, if that 4 million, I just waited, and maybe I borrowed money, I don't borrow. Now they are selling one for 40 million. Let me just say that I decided to sell two. Two will be how much? 80 million. 80 million will pay for that, for the total 4 million that I. Now that is what we call investment. That is what we call investment. So this man that was bowed down, somewhere along the line, he genuinely worked for his family. He loved his family, but he did not have any investment. So when things began to go south, he began to realize that, oh, I don't have anything else to fall back on. But suppose this man, that time he was selling 400. Suppose, for example, he just bought just two. Today, if he sells one for 40 million, I'm sure he will go to his grave, not sweating. Is that not so? This brings us to land. We are into real estate. We've been in business since 2012, so, and like you said, we are all over the world. We have offices in New York, Houston, Dublin, Cameroon, Ghana, then we have Dubai. We have estates all over this place. And in Nigeria, we are in 36 states of Nigeria, including Abuja. There are some people who tell you that I have enough land, but we are making a provision for everybody. The problem is everybody, you can be a player in the real estate. When shares came up, those in the West were much, much wiser. They were buying shares. While here, we are not thinking of shares. In fact, we are even skeptical. Shares, you go buy, no, I don't understand it. We're skeptical. But when we were being skeptical, they in the West, they had bought all the 7-Up shares, Chevron shares, which other shares, all those Cadbury and all that. So by the time we woke up, they were miles away. That's why you will see a Westerner, an old teacher who didn't have more, but he was buying 10 naira shares. Now he sits down and he's looking at the share paper. My son said he wants to jackpot to Canada. Okay, how many shares can I sell now? How many shares can I sell now? And how many shares can I sell now and send him money? So he's not struggling. That's what we call buy to sell. What the buy to sell is all about is this. You don't want to buy land, okay, but you can invest in real estate. Because land is the only thing that goes on. Now, what the company is saying that with a minimum of 500,000, some people want to do 1 million, some want to do 10 million, some want to do 1 billion. And you get 30% of it. And when you get the 30% of it, they write you a check immediately. So for example, if you are 10 million, they write you a check, 30% of 10 million is how much? 3 million. So they write you a check of 13 million naira now and now, which you will cash in 1 year's time. Fixed deposit in the bank, at most, they give you 13%. But if you're not putting your fixed deposit, you want to put it in savings, you probably get 8, 9, 10%. And that 8, 9, 10%, what happens is that every month, do you get debit alert for maintenance, card maintenance, COT? You know, as month has ended, now have you started getting alert for all the wahala you did? They say they are maintaining your card. They say they are maintaining, which other bill? SMS charge. SMS charge. You didn't tell them to send you SMS too, because you can check your SMS, you can check your balance. SMS charge. Which other one? Stamp duty. What is stamp? What are they stamping? I don't know. But all of these things, they are picking, and you know, because we don't think of it's small money now, so it doesn't matter, but it should matter. But now, the company says, why don't you trade in land? That land gives you 30%. And the thing about it is that when you trade in land and you make a deposit, they give you a contract of sale, which means a legally binding agreement. Then they give you a receipt for that payment you made. Now they also give you a check. You know it's illegal to have a bounce check in Nigeria. You know? Yeah. Yeah. So which means the company knows that if I'm giving you a check in your name and you deposited 10 million and I'm giving you a check of 30 million, I must be good with my word that on a year's time from today, you are picking up your money. That tells you the authenticity of it. And this is business. We want every one of us. One of the things about the company is an empowering company. People who come from zero, they go to surplus. The founders of the company, they were homeless for 2.5 years. And they were squatting in 8 different houses. But one day, they went to a full gospel business fellowship meeting and they saw a flyer. And when they picked the flyer, it was property in Lekki. That's why our headquarters is in Lekki. And they said, wow, so this is, and that was how they started real estate. Now, the company is the first real estate network company in the world. In the whole world. Let's put hands on Nigeria now. It's not everything that we are always the last. When you worry, they say we only carry last. Okay. So we said, okay, we will not worry, we will not come last. And people are cashing out because of the reality of it. In front of you on your table is a flyer. And the buy to sell is an investment opportunity for each and every one. So the minimum of 500,000 to 1 billion or 5 million, you are investing for your tomorrow. So that tomorrow will not catch you unawares, but tomorrow must definitely come. There's one novel, If Tomorrow Comes. I don't know how many of you read that book. It's a novel. Tomorrow will definitely come. It will definitely come. Whether you like it or not. We don't want a situation where that man whose head is bowed in his old age. We want a situation where you are sitting down in your slush chair and you are reading newspaper even at your old age. And that does not mean that it's only for women. For men alone. Even women. Stress can cause, they say, breast cancer. Stress can cause whatever. Thank you. This is the Zenith Bank account. You can make your transfer. There will be forms out there. Where are the forms? Here is subscription form.
People like us. There is an uprising amount, and there is
that's for land payment.
Yeah, land payment. And when you begin to do 12 months, the price go up.
Yeah. Because of the time value of money.
I know.
Okay.
I was thinking, if the person will take ownership of the property, yes. Why not the better agree to because the difference was quite much. Yeah. You know,
that outright payment actually means 3 months. It doesn't mean 6 months. 3 months. You know, when you say outright, I expect you now to bring your money and pay now. Is that not what outright means? But our own outright is actually 3 months.
How about the difference from the outside to the other?
How much difference? Negotiable. They are all negotiable. But basically, 3 months is 3 months is supposed to be the outright. So you can either invest in buying land or you can trade in buying land. When you now do that, for example, I do a deposit of 1 million.
Buying, selling requires doing. If I'm to bring somebody, let's say I have friends, like me, that I have a separate already here.
Yeah.
With my explanation, they are interested. So
How does that work for you?
Okay, how does that work for you?
Yeah.
Your friends want to.
Just like what would be my biggest
Commission.
What will be your? Alright. Okay. We do training. You know my office at airport road, opposite our ladies gate, number 9 airport road. We do training Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. But I'm not sure we're going to have training today. You will have all those expansions, but what we are here today is investment. Okay. What you are talking now, you want to be a player in the real estate business. Okay. All right. Somebody else was raising his hand there. Yes, sir. Yes, please go ahead. Please, hello, please. Yes, sir. Go ahead. No, don't worry. No, he is asking a different question. Please go ahead.
I want to start from this. Okay, let me jump to my second question.
Okay.
This slide to say,
Yes.
for instance, are we going to know where the land is?
Yes.
But I mean,
You can come on time. Okay, but okay. Yes. Okay.
Then what about if the appreciation of the land goes faster than this?
It's equal to your good.
No, I'm saying, what about if it goes
Because
I'm going to ask a simple one, but for instance, if I have 1,000 square meters, and according to the flag here, I'm supposed to pay 10 million, and you're going to give me a check for 13 million. What if I tell you, hold on to your check,
I want the land.
let the land be there, give me all the documents and the...
So what happens is that you bring your document that I gave you for buy to sell, you bring it, then I now do a document for the land.
Because I may want to sell it after 1 year,
It's up to
and
you.
I get maybe 100%.
Exactly. So you come and I give you give me the document for your buy to sell, because now we are changing, we are going to the next investment. So you bring it, I give you a document for the land. So that's the land.
Happy one.
This man likes land. But it's very good. No, because the truth of the matter is that do you know in Warri, for example, we are Warri people. Okay. Practical Okumagba. So that land or Odibo or Isiso or Edewo Estate, you know, those are people who, how wise were they in their time is amazing. They bought lands, expanse of land, and their children's children will never lack. And even Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children. See Musheshe Estate. You know what's the name of this church that bought behind? Winners Church that bought expanse at the back of Musheshe. If they tell you how much they bought that land, you will open your mouth and say, wow. The man is gone, but his children will. And I'm sure that his children will sometimes pray for him for about 10 years. Say, thank you. Even though the prayer, you don't benefit. Because they know what their father did for them. That's the point. They know what their father did for them. But we have an opportunity to do something. We can't allow. When we were selling that 400,000, if we were wiser, even if I had taken a loan and bought, say, 2, because it's an estate, it will never get lost. I won't even think of worrying myself. And the interesting thing about buying from estate, all those youth, community, it doesn't concern you. The estate management does that, take care of it. You just do and build whatever you want to do. So that's the beauty about real estate. So thank you so very much for your time, and we hope we'll do it again shortly. Okay?
The last question.
The last question, okay? Okay, yes. Another question. Somebody? Yes.
Like this, what if I don't make
Just take the subscription form. Stop. The subscription form, we are passing it down. That's the. Just ask us the topic and we'll shut down before 10. I can assure you of that. The CEO, when you hear the word CEO, what comes to your mind? Chief Executive Officer. Okay, great. Thank you, you mentioned it. There was a story of a sage. So he is known for his wisdom. So one day, this young man wanted to unravel him. So this young man had a butterfly in his hand and came to this wise man and said, "Sir, I have a butterfly in my hand. Is this butterfly alive or is the butterfly dead?" And people were gathered to see that this wise man could be faulted. And this young boy held that butterfly in his hand. And the man thought about it. If I say the butterfly is dead, he will release the butterfly, isn't it? And if I say the butterfly is alive, he will squeeze the butterfly and open his hands. The butterfly will be dead. So, plus minus, he will be faulted. So he thought of something to answer this young man, and there was a crowd of people. And he said something. He said to the young man in the presence of everybody, he said, "The butterfly is alive or dead. Depends on what it is. The life of the butterfly is in your hands." And the boy did not know how to unravel this man's hand. It turned out that the man turned out to be wise. Now, the point we're trying to make is that your life is in your hands. Now, when we use the word the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, now, that Chief Executive Officer means that, first of all, you are the chief. A chief actually means what? It means that you have some level of